Before the game, you said I lost. When I won, you look crazy with your eyes crossed. Here's a towel to wipe your brow off. And while you at it, wipe your nose and your mouth off. Cause I'ma throw it in your face, nigga. It's in your face, now you got it on your face, nigga. It's on your face, I'ma throw it in your face, nigga. It's in your face, now you got it on your face, nigga. Go fix your face. They say Twone will never make it no way.
That was Jay's favorite hip hop record. Pick book.
Still do. I just wipe one on pair. Anyway. Twone Gabz.
Look, he really did.
What up? What up?
Welcome to the show, man.
Man, thank y'all for having me, man.
All right, for the people out there in Retardville, tell them a little something about
Can't
yourself.
say that, Jay.
Man, where do I start, man? A lot of stuff been around the city for a minute, man. Humble beginnings, working with Kanye, a lot of infamous syndicate, No ID,
Syndicate.
Rhyme Fest, Mickey, everybody from the city, Lupe, all them my peers, man, my brothers and sisters, man. Been around, get it in. Jeff the illest, man, him go back to Northern.
Yes, sir.
Freestyling in the dorm.
NIU, nigga.
I was in Lincoln hallway.
Lincoln, Grant Towers.
Yeah.
Jeff saw me wreaking havoc all over that
Man,
campus.
my God, we took the student center by storm.
I was a gung-ho battle dude back then. Jeff, I was everywhere on campus trying to freestyle with somebody.
Giving niggas the flux.
Wow. How long you been doing music, bro?
Oh man, I've been doing music since music been doing me, man. It's been a long time. I've been doing music for, man, about 15 years.
Yeah.
Man, your jewelry nice, man. Where you get that from?
Courtesy of Eric Sermon, y'all. Courtesy of Eric.
I was checking it out too.
Yes.
Eric Sermon blessed me with this one to go with. He actually got me this one because we got a thing with the Retro 3 mics, man. I love the Retro 3, so he got me this and he got me a one with white and blue stones to match the true blues.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a pair of them.
Yeah, CBM. Jordan.
Yeah, I got a pair of them.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, I'll be honest, is I always been one of them cats like, man, I don't into that jewelry. You ain't gotta wear all that jewelry.
Right.
You always feel that way till you see the piece.
You hold like, oh,
Yeah.
I love this shit.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's me right there.
And I'm checking out the shirt too, no dumbasses.
Yeah, no dumb asses, man. Read a book. A lot of the stuff I rock, man, as far as the apparel, Mattel, could you come up a little closer? A lot of the stuff I rock is courtesy of a company by the name of Dangerous Negro. Shouts out to them. They style me with a lot of teas, but a lot of their stuff, man, they have meaning. They have a lot of dope slogans. Like they have one that says Occupy Hip Hop, and that one is actually custom after a mixtape we got coming out called Occupy Hip Hop. You know, you got the Occupy Wall Street movement.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna occupy hip hop and take the culture back.
Oh my God.
They got another one they have another one that says Smart is the new gangster. Just a lot of dope stuff, man. Shouts out to Dangerous Negro.
Wow.
Twone, let's talk about Occupy Hip Hop.
Let's talk about it,
What does that mean?
man.
And straight no chaser. Do not do no political correct shit on Jay Davis show. Man.
Yeah,
Well, you know that ain't
want,
me
man.
anyway, man.
You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Occupy Hip Hop.
The movement or the music?
Let's talk about it's one and the same.
It is.
Let's talk about Occupy Hip Hop. Because people don't know what Occupy is.
Occupy Hip Hop, man, is similar from a political aspect. How you have Occupy Wall Street, Occupy DC, Occupy these different cities. Well, corporate is really being very successful at attempting to take our dreams away from us, take our culture away, and try to dictate to the artists what it is they need to communicate or express to the people or talk about to the people. And we as artists, it's a lot of us teaming up. We just not having it no more.
That's it.
I don't want the young people growing up feeling like they can't express themselves. Like they feel like I have to make a record about this or I have to talk about that. So we're gonna join and occupy hip hop as the people and say we tired. We sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we ain't having it no more. We taking the power away from the people that got the power right now, and we empowering ourselves with it. And that's what we see happening with the internet. 5-7 years ago, it probably couldn't have been a Jay Davis show, but y'all rocking. It would have been like 10 years ago, you might have been discouraged to do this show, but now you like, man, we could do this because the people gonna listen. Why? Because radio ain't giving us what we need. You listen to the top 10 right now.
And nobody from Chicago.
but the realest shit is them ain't even the top 10 records. Them the top 10 niggas that paid to have their record played.
Oh God, let's go. Let's
be real about the payola. It's just what's going on, man. It's not really the top. It's not really the top records no more. So you got artists like myself, my brother Slum Village, rapper Big Pooh, BJ the Chicago Kid, of course the big homie Sermon, Redman, Murray, Meth. We just finna speak on it, man.
Wow. Man, let me in on that, man.
We finna occupy hip hop. We gonna sit here. We gonna sit here and yell at the top of our lungs till somebody hear us.
That's what's up, man. Speaking of Eric Sherman, how was it feeling working with the legendary Death Squad, man?
Man, it's dope, man. It's dope. I'm fortunate to be in a position to be working with somebody that allowed me to be me, and not going into a situation where a corporation is telling you need to make records about this. You hear that new Racks on Racks where we need one of them out. Why don't you go do something sound like that? Like we be in the studio and bro be like, man, how you feeling? What you want to talk about? And he'll take that thought and help guide me, with his knowledge of the industry and help me to polish that idea or concept. Man, it's dope, man. It's dope to be able to live your dreams the way you want to live them out.
Yeah, that's big right there. Go ahead, Pete.
So what do you think is the proper formula for making a dope record?
Honesty.
All honesty.
Honesty.
Being real and true to yourself, right?
Honesty, yeah. If you gotta overthink it too much, it ain't good music. I remember I heard Jay say one day, if it don't just come naturally, it ain't music. When you find yourself thinking about it too hard, it ain't music. That's why it's called the flow. Because you gotta just free your mind, free your thoughts, and just let it come to you naturally.
How does it feel working with a legend like DJ Jazzy Jeff on this last album?
Man, DJ Jazzy Jeff is one of the best dudes ever, man. Like he gave me my first shot. Shouts to DJ Terry Hunter for making that introduction too,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Like, it was so dope, man. First of all, he's so off the radar. Like because he's not, out here like a DJ Khaled in the forefront. People think he just chilling low. I went to Fam's crib, man. He got a movie theater in his house, like as big as this studio. I was just like, man, like he really getting it. And to be there working with him, knowing his rich history in hip hop, man, it was real dope. We had the record called Hip Hop, which was the first joint on there. The most fun I had really was making the Go See the Doctor 2K7 record.
Wow.
It was just fun. We was sitting down joking and laughing, and we was actually talking about something funny along that subject matter. Cats being under the act. And the record just came together, man. It was real beautiful. It gave me a platform. It just feel real good to be accepted and appreciated by icons and pioneers.
Yeah.
It helps to really establish and solidify your brand.
That Jazzy Jeff thing, people don't understand. This motherfucker get paid, nigga.
Yeah, man.
DJ. Me and Jay, I was DJing with Jazzy Jeff at the House of Blues. Remember that? 20
grand to DJ for an hour and a half to 2 hours.
That's it. That nigga get that dust, nigga.
Plus like hotels and accommodations for the entourage.
You better have some cocaine on the DJ booth or something.
I got a chance to travel with him, man, and actually see the big homie get down, man.
Man, dude. Like, and I'm gonna say this. Let me take the music out. If anybody that's in the music business, MCing or whatever, get the chance to see Jazzy Jeff do his thing before you die, nigga. Because that nigga go hard at a party.
He make the turntables talk. Like, he can. I watched him one day take he took different lines from Biggie from different songs, doing this with the turntables, and made a whole nother verse.
Wow.
Out of different Biggie verses, and it was on beat. Like, wow. Dude is a freak of nature.
Wow. And he did this live? Because that's edit, I'm a DJ myself. Doing that type of stuff.
I don't know. Don't get me the line. I don't know how he did it.
I'm just saying,
I was
doing that type of stuff, I'm going to be honest. On radio right now. That's editing time, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you do it live like that, that's skills, nigga. Real
I know
talk.
I watched him do it in front of my face. So if that's live, nigga, he did it live.
So Twone, overall, how has hip hop impacted your life? I know it's presented so many different opportunities for you.
Yeah.
But overall, how has this impacted both yourself and your family?
Man, I got a hip hop family, man. Like it's real crazy. My roots go back, you know, as far as whatever in hip hop as an artist. Tifa, my wife, she's a hip hop artist. You know, she came from Infamous Syndicate, being signed first 2 females from Chicago with a major record deal on Relativity.
Tifa hosted my second mixtape, man.
Yeah, she's a radio personality now. My son over there, the damn music addict. He dance, do it. Everything in my family is music, man. It's definitely impacted my family in a positive way, man. It's good to be able to do something you enjoy, and it's even better to be able to do something you enjoy and get paid for.
Yes, it sure is. That's what's up. Wow. Y'all doing it big. Y'all doing your thing. Big up to you for representing the city, bro.
Man, thank you.
Let me ask you this. So how does it make you feel when you see other people out there doing stuff like, they can call it hip hop, but how do you feel when like people doing stuff that doesn't really represent hip hop the way you think it should be represented?
Man, it's funny that you asked me that, because if you'd asked me that question 6 months ago, I'd have been like, man, look, we on this and they killing it and doing this, that, and the other. But it's real ill, man. Like 2 weeks ago, I was really just thinking about everything, and I'm like, you know what? I got to change my perspective, because at the end of the day, the same way in the black communities, or just even in the black communities, the Hispanic communities, all the, you know, the minority communities, Willie Lynch is prevalent. You know, he's real significant. We being divided. I'm folks, you stone. I'm light skinned, you dark skinned. I'm young, you old. Even in church, the progressive people think it don't affect them. Nigga, I'm First Baptist. You Second Baptist? Or you ain't one of us. And they'll all be the same. And at the same time, they talking about hip hop is dying. The only way that statement can hold to be true is because as long as you have the pioneers and the people that really can make a difference, separating themselves from the new cats that's doing it, it is gonna die. Like Soulja Boy said something that was real ill when he addressed the Ice-T piece. He was like, man, G, instead of coming down on me, why don't you teach me better? If you taught me better, maybe I'll do better, but y'all the pioneers, y'all ain't telling us shit. So we doing this the way we know how to do it. And that's real, and looking at it, and that's the blessing I have working with Eric. I see both sides. So I get to come in and now help correct it. The pioneers are over here like, y'all killing the culture. And the young dudes is like, all y'all do is criticize us, you ain't show us nothing.
Instead of coming together.
So fuck y'all. And the young, older cats like, fuck y'all. So as long as that's happening, hip hop is dying. And we talk about hip hop not having balance. Right. It may not have balance from a corporate standpoint, like they not signing a good mixture of different variety of different type of artists. But how can we fix that? 2 Chainz or whoever, or Soulja Boy might have an album talking about whatever, doing whatever, but if he reach out to me to do a record with me, I'm obviously gonna still do me, and I'm gonna approach the record my way. So maybe the element of balance to his album could be featuring a Twone Gabz or a Lupe or a Mickey Halstead. And I believe the more different artists work together, we could bring hip hop balance that way.
Yeah.
And that'll be the new hip hop, man. So
real
I don't really knock nobody's expression, because at the end of the day, any artist that gets signed, that's just a nigga that was approached with an opportunity. Like, I'll cut you a check, and any nigga don't take the check, he crazy. Yeah. So it ain't the artist's fault, it's corporate fault for not looking for a good balance. But they only do that because they really trying to exploit the culture. And that's what Occupy Hip Hop is about.
That's it.
That's what
right on, look. That made me raise a fist.
Because I said something on Facebook like 2 or 3 days ago. I said the only way hip hop will be on radio or media or mainstream America and music to accept balance. Balance starts with us first.
Balance starts with us first.
Us first.
It's just like I remember at one point Waka Flocka said something about he wanted to do a record with Nas. My thing is, how dope would that record have been? People talk about Waka, but for Waka to say that, as men first, we got ego. Let's be honest. As human beings, we got ego, but it's extra with men. Our testosterone gets crazy. But that might have been Waka's way of saying, look, bro, I'll look up to you. Why not help me? Why not? And I'm looking at that now, like even some of the new cats, the young cats, Chief Keef right now reaching out to lyrical dudes. My barber cuts King Louis hair, dope as he is. King Louis told our barber, man, I want to be able to rap like Twone Gabz and Juice one day. That humbled me. So cats want to work together, but they gonna, when they reach out, man, do them records with these cats, man. Until we stand up together and make a united front, then hip hop is gonna die, man.
That's it.
Back then, you heard Chuck D doing Public Enemy through Ice Cube on the record. Niggas with attitudes teaming up with Public Enemy or whoever. Why can't we do that now?
That's it.
Why can't we do that?
I'm loving Occupy Hip Hop.
That's it.
That's Occupy.
And it's simple, you know what I'm saying? But here's the other side to that, you know what I'm saying? When you have young cats that refuse
to listen.
You know what I'm saying? Don't want to open their mind. And you gotta let, and then, you know, they'll fall by the wayside. We want to pick them back up, but they refuse.
You know what's dope though?
listen.
You know what's ill about that? And sometimes I have to even take this approach with my own son. Sometimes you gotta look at why they don't want to listen. At a point, a person reaches a point in their life where they damage, especially with the youth, because they may have tried to resolve the problem their way, but nobody heard them or listened to them. So now when we, as the more seasoned or mature, or you know, artists, we come to them and all we doing is more criticizing instead of sometimes you got to sit down with them. They might be in the midst of doing whatever, relate to them, man. I know what you on. I used to do, and boom, 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 and connect with them, and then in the midst of that, then help to steer them. But they actually want to listen, but they just, at the same time too, they want to know somebody feel them.
That's it.
So before we tell them what we need to tell them, let's first let them know, man, I feel you. And until we do that, they gonna keep not wanting to listen. Cause they like, you don't, cause they don't want to listen because they feel like we don't want to listen.
That's it.
Even sometimes he be like, you don't let me explain. And sometimes we get caught in that, but sometimes we just gotta sit and let them explain. Because they may really have something to say.
So, Twone, what do you think about the current state of hip hop in Chicago? You know, we had this title for a while as, you know, being known as the city of haters.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do you think we're now showing more unity?
Man.
What do you think about talent?
Chicago is so ill, man, from a musical standpoint, from a political standpoint. The level of hatred here is a different monster. Even when Eric came in, he was like, yo, I know people hate. I see people carry energy all over the world, but it's something different in Chicago. But I feel like that coming from that environment is why whenever we have artists break through out of this market, they impact the world so greatly. They say, you know, your rise is will only be as high as, you know, how far you fell down. And we do hate on each other. We do hate on each other a lot here. I do see Chicago artists working together. I do feel like it can be more. You know, whether or not who they work with is on them, but at least they starting to try. But I just hope it continues and keep going. I would like to see more Chicago artists working together, including myself, and that's part of why, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying, because it all feeds into that. I don't want to do a record with him, and some of it stem from, man, I want to be the dude to get on first. Something else we do here, that nigga dope. I don't want him on my record. That nigga gonna outshine me.
That's how, and you know what? Unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are in Chicago, whether it's hip hop or whatever. They are like that, and it's ridiculous. And like you said, it's a lot more people coming together because there's strength in numbers. You may feel like you can do it by yourself or you're almighty and prideful, but you're going to need good people on your side to help you along the way. And a lot of people need to realize that and recognize that.
In the book Think and Grow Rich, it say the quickest way to become a millionaire is to help somebody else become one first.
Bam!
That's it.
Did you hear that, CB?
Wait, say that again?
It say the quickest way to become a millionaire is to help somebody else become one first.
That's it. It's just like...
Meaning to say if Jeff the Illest got a movement right now and he doing something, he wants you to rock on his team and be a member of his team, why not do it? Because the knowledge you're gaining from that to watch him build it up, now you can step out and do it yourself and shorten your learning curve. Rather than somebody that just jump out here cold turkey like, I'm finna make $1 million. Well, how you gonna do it?
Hey, Jay, that's why that guy went off on his own. What's that guy?
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. And I hear that all the time, especially in church. Like my pastor would say, in order for you to get money, you have to sow into somebody else.
You have to sow seeds.
You
You have to bear
sow
fruit.
seed.
You
You
got to
give
be a
life, you
blessing. You
receive
got to
life.
be a blessing to get blessed.
Amen. Amen. You give life, you receive life. That is so true.
Yeah.
Firm believer of that too. That's what's up. A lot of people can learn from that.
Wait, no, wait.
And I like y'all show. We do real talk on this.
Oh, man.
So whatever you want. You can say whatever you want.
Twan, you think all those statements is real though? Because I know a lot of people.
What statements?
What you just said, like, you know, in order to be a millionaire, you got to help someone else be a millionaire.
It's not only true. It's a fact. Now, rather not we know. Truly know that person's struggle is that question. But anybody that became a millionaire or anybody that became a successful leader knew how to be a follower.
Okay, let me give you an example. Because I'm just not buying into this. Like, you know, I respect Tyler Perry, but I'm not nobody's fool to believe that he built that whole empire by himself.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
That's my point,
You
though.
only hear about him. Where's everybody else at?
But Tyler,
I'll be behind
the scenes.
But that's a principle. That's a principle of success, man. Do you know Henry Ford don't know how the hell to build a car? He don't even know how an engine run. Henry Ford said himself, I don't know how to. He said in his book, he went into a meeting room and said, Chevy got a V8 engine. You niggas better come up with a V8 engine. Cause Chevy got one and I ain't finna be behind them. They came up with a V8 engine. Now rewinding back, Chevy didn't have a V8 engine. He lied. But he told them that because if they would have entertained in their minds the fact that it can't be done, they would have gave up. But they went into it like somebody else did it so we could do it.
We gonna lose our fucking
So that
job.
they made it happen. And that's why when you get a car, they ask, have you driven a Ford? They didn't say, have you driven a Ford employee? Or have you driven a Antoine Young or Michael Moore? Have you driven a Ford? Like, Puff couldn't work a MPC to save his fucking life.
That's it. But he made
When that
them
album
points.
come out, it say produced by because he's the brand.
Right.
And that's why you have artists like a Toomp or the Cat in the South. Now even Jazzy Faye, they were somebody else's understudy first,
Right, that was
and
it.
now they were able to branch off and become their own icon and their own
That's
brand
it.
and their own millionaire.
Period. And Puff had an understudy, Andre
Tyler,
Larrell.
so Tyler studied under someone else first. He watched other people do it to hone his idea, and then he took the principle of building a mastermind and a successful company, and he did it on his own. And now he got understudies under him, and in years to come, we're gonna hear about Joe Schmooley or John Poop Poop, who was under
fact.
Tyler Perry. We're gonna
Matter
hear
of fact,
him.
it's one already that's about to pop out. His assistant director, he just left TPS, Tyler Perry Studios, to start his own movie company.
Great.
And Tyler Perry is giving him the money to front it. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's gangster, because ain't nobody doing that.
Right.
Not
That's
in Hollywood.
So everybody that diss Tyler, that speaks volumes to his character. Like, I'm gonna fund you because, let's be honest, man, anything in the entertainment industry is competitive as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like McDonald's giving Burger King the startup money to fund their business.
Right.
That's crazy. That shows a lot about his character and how comfortable he is as a man with his success. Big ups to him for
But
that.
you know, a lot of people are just so scared of competition, but they don't realize that competition
It's
is
everywhere.
almost better. It's better for both parties.
Yeah, it
You know
makes
what
you
I'm saying?
it makes you better. It's a reason why it's a reason why McDonald's and Burger King set up right across from each other.
Yeah.
It's for competition. It's because if 7 million people cross this corner today, 1 million of them might say I want a Whopper, but another million might say I don't want a Whopper. I want a Big Mac.
That's it.
But
Daily double.
they might not want anything else. It's the competition, man.
Hey,
Oh my
Twan,
goodness.
man. I know Jay gonna ask you this. Top 5 MCs.
Top 5 MCs, dead or alive, or just alive?
Alive or stinking?
Alive or stinking? Oh man, Big,
No doubt.
Slick Rick.
Woo!
Nice.
I really want to elaborate on the Slick Rick piece, but let me get a 5 first. Big, Slick Rick, Nas,
Yeah, teenage love.
KRS-One, And honestly, man, I got it. For me, I would really have to say Redman.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Redman.
This is Redman. Oh yeah, he underrated, man. I think he's underrated because his
Man, I
album.
was Redman as a shorty, man. When he said he was Redman, I was Blue Man. I was like, I'm Blue Man.
Man, that album. I think I say his first three was like classic. You know what I'm saying?
Man, when I met him, I was like, yo, Red, he was like, he stopped me like, I know who you is.
You smoke something with him?
I was like, wow, nah, not yet.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to have that track, do you, Jeff?
Oh yeah, I
You
got
the
that.
one I sent you?
Yes,
Oh.
the sour joint.
Yeah, play that in the background. That is my shit.
So you rock with Redman?
I fuck
Man,
with
Redman is cold.
I actually have Redman and Method Man CD, not their CD, but I made a CD off my laptop with different songs from them two. Even when they did the joint with Tony Braxton, I Get So High.
People sleep on Redman, man, and going back to my number two, I don't list them in any particular order, but I picked Slick Rick. To me,
Right.
and I posted this on Twitter the other day. Twitter went crazy. Like, we had this conversation in the barbershop.
Right.
Slick Rick might be one of the, as far as overall, not just focusing on lyrics, he might probably be the illest to ever do it.
Yeah.
And he don't get the credit.
A lot of people bite his
He was the first rapper with young people now like Swag. He was the first rapper with
Yeah,
crazy
shit.
swag. He was like, I'm not just gonna wear a chain. I'm finna go B.A. Baracus, Mr. T with my joint. Like Cats was making records talking about it's like a jungle sometime, it makes me wonder. And he was talking about fresh dressed like $1,000,000 on my Bally shoes. He was talking about high-end fashion, man. Like, I'm fresh.
Before people was fucking with it like
Minx,
that.
he rocked the patch on his album.
Well, a diamond studded patch.
Yeah.
Instead of calling people weak, he was calling people peasants. You a crumb.
Yeah.
He was rap royalty.
He's
man.
from London.
I know. I said, look where he's from. So he came with. I mean, that's where a lot of fashion starts too.
Man, he had
A lot of people in
personality.
New York, but it's over there.
I mean, you gotta,
He was going in telling the stories. He might have a story with
Right.
5 different characters, nigga.
Yeah.
He was all the characters,
All the
changing his voice.
All the songs.
He was Mona Lisa.
I had to ask somebody like he's one of the few rappers that could come out 2012
Yeah.
And
and
kill it.
How many other rappers can do that right now?
old school.
Yeah.
It's a. Well, let me see.
Big Daddy
Rick,
can?
Rakim, and then you gotta think about it.
I
Those
don't know
people.
about Rakim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
KRS-One.
KRS-One.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm
Yo.
gonna tell you why.
Get the Brother Fresh Air mixtape. KRS-One and Eric went back and forth on the joint. Chris will murk now.
Yeah.
Like
Off
any
the top
lyrical
of
cat
it,
can do
because
it.
I ain't gonna lie, big bro. I be one, cause I'm an MC too. I be one of them like, you probably can't no more, G.
That's not that.
I heard, man, he went on there like
Well, no.
some. He was talking to young niggas. He said something like, man, some. You not talking to me. I'm talking to you. Not asking me. I'm asking you. You mad at me? His word. He do it, and
I
he
feel you
does
on
that off the
But
top.
we talking about coming out today, and
But
like,
you gotta.
But-
it's like Slick Rick can do that because he has a gimmick that can probably.
It ain't even. But you gotta understand this. You gotta also think about production too. You gotta also think about like, for
So you think
example,
them labels will sign them right now?
it's not even about a label.
That's what we talking
They can
about.
come
They come
out.
out
They
right
can
now.
come
Well,
out.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
when we talking about hip hop and people making a comeback, we can't really base it on what the labels are signed though. Cause how many artists the label signed that you really
Okay,
look at as
we
being
said
dope?
what they put them out. What a label put them out right now.
But the label ain't got the labels ain't put out Chief Keef.
That's it.
The labels ain't put out Wiz Khalifa. These are people that became huge on their own. Like the labels ain't got the power no more. We occupying hip hop, G. They ain't got it no more.
They ain't got no
They
power.
don't even want to. They just want to be able to cut a check. Be like, all right, you got everything. We just want to cut a check.
That's
and
it.
You go do all the work.
That's it. And it really depends on like when you talk about legends like KRS, Rakim, Slick Rick. It depends on your production. Like I heard a Slick Rick record that was new with Primo on the beat. That shit was fucking crazy.
This is what I can because I know where Big Bro ultimately going with it. I think any of them guys could really come back and do their thing. The question is, how open-minded are they going to be to diversifying what they do? Because you have to be able to grow and transcend with the culture, and some of them don't want to do that, and rightfully so. I hear a lot of the pioneers that sometimes be like, man, I had my run. And it was what it was. I'm not interested in doing that. And that's all love. And
that's
good.
why I say Jay-Z is the best.
Jay-Z has been the best at doing that.
You know,
hands down.
And as a small part is presentation. Now, I like Too Short, but I'm not looking at this nigga with a gray beard trying to rap. It's just
bitch.
right. I'm like, I can't. It's like my uncle. I'm like, it's fun at the barbecue, but I can't listen to it. But speaking of, I had to ask you a question. I heard that labels are doing something like a 360 deal.
Yeah.
Where like they get a percentage of performances too.
Yes, sir.
What? They doing that now?
Yeah, they've been doing that for the last 10 years.
No. I call that a zero deal. Because that's really what they doing now. What labels are doing now, they doing 360 deals where they get everything. Labels are. They're your label, they're your manager, they getting show money. When before was you sign to the label, we make our money off the records, merchandise, things of that nature, and your show money, tour money, and stuff, merchandise and stuff like that. That's all you. Yeah. You get a percentage off the albums, all that. But now,
because nobody buying that,
everything's being viral. It's all about the downloads, the ringtones, and things of that nature. And labels are saying we're gonna cash into it.
And then like I can name you like 3 artists that got those type of deals. Yeah. Let's start White Side. Korn has a deal like that. Yeah. Drake has a deal like that.
Nickelback gets sold in the park. They want in.
They want in.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? 50 almost had a deal. He got a little bit of a deal like that. He don't have that deal no more. You know what I'm saying? He having issues with putting out an album right now, man. And them cats at Interscope, they shutting every song he come out with down. And he refused to put out an album. Every time he come to the table with an album or finished product, they like, no, this shit is whack. Come with something else. Like the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten was one of his best albums since Get Rich or Die Trying. Them motherfuckers was like, that shit is whack. Come back. And he got to a point where he's like, I ain't putting out nothing else. He put out a single off Big Ten. That shit crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These labels is not playing.
They want 360 deals now. That's why now, like, when people talk about the inception of hip hop, it being in the park and all that, and it was any man's game, it's back to that now. It's just in a different form. You could reach people all over the world from your living room. Yeah. It's just people. A lot of artists just don't know how to do it. So sometimes when we don't know how to do something, our excuse is that ain't my style. Even when it come to rap, I listen to producers with weak ass beats all the time, and they say it to you, or even rappers that ain't cold. They ask you for some constructive criticism, but they really don't want it, because when you give it to them, and you give it to them in the most constructive way, like, look, that's dope, but try this. Right. They think you hating, or they think you dissing. When really what they trying to say is, or they'll be like, man, that ain't my style. It's just like the example when I was like, man, nigga, diamond chain, nigga, that ain't my style. Big bro was like, I was like, nigga, that's my style.
A lot of people can't take that constructive.
And a lot of times that's all by ego. We say that ain't my style, I ain't on that, just because we don't either know how to do it or we don't have the means to do it. So instead of saying we can't, we just make it look like we doing it on purpose. Now I meant that beat to sound weak on purpose, nigga. That's my style. That's my style.
So Twine, where can people find your music at, man?
Man, you can hit me up, twonegabz.com, TWONEGABZ. You can follow me on Twitter, that's TWONEGABZ. You can hit me on Facebook, that's TWONE. Yup, G-A-B-Z. You cold, you smart, nigga.
All right, Jay, before we leave up out of here, we can't leave here without him doing a 60-second freestyle, Jay Davis. We gotta have that happen. You know what I'm saying? Before let me get my God body knowledge on real quick. This is my man since '97, man. This nigga go hard in the motherfucking paint like Wop Flop, nigga.
Oh my God.
Him and Q Billa had a group called the Deuce of Hazard, nigga.
Yeah.
Them niggas was taking the campus by storm, nigga. Word life. This nigga, now, I'm gonna put him in my top 5 Chicago niggas, cause this nigga go in. He go in, he drop black shit, rap shit, and would call you whack to your face. That's real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do
Sometimes that
one.
got me in some situations, but I'll be honest though. Don't ask me if you don't know.
Gonna tell the truth. I see it in his face.
And sometimes I would just walk away from something rather than take it. If I tell you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I can't look at you and call you my brother and lie to you. If it's weak, I'm gonna be like, man.
That's real tough.
That's the school I come from. Yeah, and no ID. Them used to kick me out the studio. Twine, go home, man. Take your ass home and come back when you got something to sound better. But it made me better, and then I became the nigga in the room. They'd be like, Twine, go downstairs and help them write their records. Twine, if Twine don't approve your verse, it ain't going on the record.
Man, we gotta do something. Now, I ain't gonna front. Be Easy killed this shit today, nigga. He put a stamp on this shit. Jay Davis show, he put a stamp on it. Top 5.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a YouTube video of the top 5 freestyles on the Jay Davis show. Me and Jay and all of us gonna have to host that shit. And we're gonna have to put our comments, but I know this is gonna be top 5. Twan, here we go. Jay Davis show.
Yeah.
I want you to go in on niggas on like some 97 shit, nigga.
What'll be that? It's just gonna intro us.
Let's go. Right here. Go.
Yo, you ain't hard, you halfway shook. You won't jump, you a halfway rook. I've been around like cops to catch crooks. Niggas sitting with that chicken finna hatch face look. Born from Chicago fire, raised in the rubble. Nice days that I struggle, ways that I hustle. I made it because of the most high that I praise when I'm troubled. And my fist stay raised for the scuffle. I fought my whole life, deadly stuck like rust and salt on the old knife. The flow nice is gullible, naive. Bismillah, rock man, Raheem, masturbate rap. I'm doing my thing. Bank account got the red out, using Visine. And nobody ever gave me. Niggas use me, Kunta Kinte me, work me, never paid me. But I blame me, it never changed me. I'm the same G, A, B, Z, but now they check for me, APB. I'm the shit simply, ABC. I'm winning and you alarm, ADT. That I'm rocking on, ACDC, best I gotta bring. My city don't dream through rocks and Dr. King. Built on a lake, split by a river. Henny and Grand Marnier sitting on my liver. Player, get it in how you live. Life is 401k. Get what you give.
My God.
Wow.
ADT. ABC. Come on, son.
Damn.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Jay, give me a score, man. Top 5.
Yeah.
Today is the top 5.
Today is one of them days.
Yeah.
ABC.
It's a good day at the Jay Davis show.
And he did not curse.
Yeah.
My God.
I'll do it for him. Pussy hole. Anyway.
Eric Sermon, Twone Gabz, Precept Squad. Yeah, globe, trotting, got money to travel. I'm wine sipping in the valley of Napa. I'm getting money, you putting money in raffles. You can't get it with that shit, you asshole. My dough stack high.
I hate love songs, but I'm writing one for you. What's up? This your girl Jamisha Trice, and I'm listening to the Jay Davis Show every Saturday from 2 to 4. Jay Davis, you nasty.